a 3. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Real Take Wrestling. I am joined today by a guest of honor who is not from Ring of Honor, but he's still a guest of honor on the show. Welcome, Justin, a.k.a. Juggernaut097. Justin, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited to do this preview and predictions here. I'm excited to see what goes on. This tomorrow night at Survivor Series War Games.
Oh,
I think it's gonna be an interesting show.
or as William Regal says, Survivor Series War Games.
War Games. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, many matches. Actually, not that many matches compared to
I think it's like 5 matches.
Yeah, this is like 1/3, or sorry, 1/4 of an AEW show. It's like 5 matches. We're gonna run through them. We're gonna talk about them. We're gonna tell you what we think of the build-up, what we think is going to happen, and who we think is going to walk out of WWE Survivor Series War Games as the winners. But before we start, everyone be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, be sure to show some love to my man Justin over here. Go follow him on Twitter at TrueJSB. Subscribe, I should say, to his channel on YouTube for retro reviews, live streams. He does previews, predictions, a lot of cool stuff that I tune into. You guys should tune in as well. That is at Juggernaut097 for YouTube, and then at TrueJSB for Twitter. Anything else you want to plug, Justin?
No, that's about all. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, with that out of the way, let's move on and talk about this pay-per-view. So before we get into the matches individually, I do want to just kind of touch on what you have thought about the build to the show. How do you like it? What do you think about it? How excited are you going into WWE Survivor Series War Games?
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to Survivor Series War Games quite a bit. Like, this is the first Survivor Series that I've been looking forward to probably since 2019, since they did, had NXT there and all that. Because like they needed to do something different, like with Survivor Series, because like doing the whole brand supremacy Raw versus SmackDown was kind of getting old. And now that they're adding War Games to it, which I thought, a few years ago that they were going to be adding, like War Games to Survivor Series, but Vince was still in control. But now that we have Triple H in control, now we're finally getting War Games on the main roster. So this is going to be awesome. And I haven't really been paying attention to a lot of the build. Like I've been watching, like clips of like SmackDown and stuff, watching the stuff with the Bloodline. Like that's been entertaining, and stuff with the Brawling Brutes. That's going to be an amazing match. I can't wait to see that. And I've been seeing some stuff with like the United States Championship with like Seth Rollins and Austin Theory and Bobby Lashley. That's going to be an interesting match to see. But I'm just looking forward to the show. Like there's a lot of enthusiasm about the show.
Yeah, there's a lot of enthusiasm with some people, I'm sure. But for me, I think this is an interesting test of the Triple H era for me, because War Games traditionally, and I mean traditionally going back to like WCW, like a lot of the wrestling that Hunter, not grew up on, but was there for and watched, was like kind of WCW like War Games, which was not what WWE NXT kind of turned it into, which was like, table spots, high spots, all that kind of stuff. War Games is like you're trapped in a cage and there's no way to get out. Obviously, WWE's like whole thing about War Games is, I think, a little different. I'm interested to see whether or not on these cages they're gonna have a roof on top, like I know WCW used to have. I know NXT didn't have that. AEW in their Blood and Guts match, they do have that. That's going to be the big thing for me. Overall, though, as we're going to run through this card in just a second, like outside of honestly the women's War Games match, that is Bianca, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim versus Damage Control and Rhea Ripley, I'm honestly not that hyped about a lot of these matches. Like even Brawling Brutes versus Bloodline, that seems to be just one of those matches that got thrown together because we need a men's match too. Whatever. It just, I don't know. There's a disconnect for me, at least on this card.
And I also kind of wish there was maybe like a traditional Survivor Series match, just because, it's Survivor Series, they should have a traditional Survivor Series match, but I doubt that they're going to do that, not enough, time to build it. I mean, and I don't think there's going to be like any more matches added to the show. Like, I doubt.
Hey, man, if this was AEW, they'd add like 4 matches to the show. Tonight on Rampage, we have added 4 matches to Excalibur.
Like Excalibur.
Nuts.
Yeah. Excalibur, he's like way over the top most of the time. Like,
I'm here for it though. He kind of sounds like Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff Girls. Like when he runs through the card, he's like, "Hi,
yeah.
Excalibur. We'll tell you exactly what is going to happen this Sunday live on pay-per-view." It's absolutely amazing. I love it. Anyway, let's get started running through this card. The first match we're going to talk about is going to be a triple threat match for the WWE United States Championship. That is United States Champion Seth freaking, yes, his middle name is freaking, Rollins, defending against Austin Theory and Bobby Lashley. Quick summary leading into this. Obviously, Austin Theory had the big cash-in attempt on Seth Rollins that failed epically. Now they've kind of shifted his character to being a little more serious. He obviously interfered with Bobby Lashley last week on Raw. What do you think about the build-up to this match? What do you like? What did you think about the Austin Theory cash-in and kind of how this character change is going for the former Mr. Money in the Bank?
I actually been enjoying this build-up a little bit. Like, I'm happy Austin Theory failed like his cash-in because like it shows like more of like a different side to his character, like more of a serious side now, which I like that. Like, it's basically him becoming a kid into like more of like a man stuff now, which I like that. Like I said, more of the serious side. And I like that they turned Seth Rollins face because he's been, I like Seth Rollins as a heel in the face, but man, to see Seth Rollins as a face now is awesome. And then Bobby Lashley to get thrown this, I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this match.
Yeah, I'm conflicted, right? Because look, I made a career out of burying Austin Theory. I'm not gonna lie. That Money in the Bank cash-in left such a bad taste in my mouth, and I know the mouth of a lot of people, that it's hard. It's like, look, they're gonna try to rehab him. It's probably going to work over time, and we're gonna move on from this, right? We're gonna move on. Right now, though, I cannot get past the fact that this dude had the audacity to cash in his Money in the Bank on the U.S. Championship on a prone Seth Rollins who was done. He couldn't defend himself. And they had the audacity to have him lose.
Maybe they don't have any faith in Austin Theory.
but they're pushing him. They're giving him TV time. That's the thing. And it's one thing. Look, I don't envy Triple H's situation in that he was given basically Austin Theory as Mr. Money in the Bank. There are a million things you could have done that were better than this, though.
I mean, yeah, that was a whole Vince idea, to put the briefcase on Austin Theory.
Yeah, it was, but like, there's a million better ways to either get the briefcase off of him or have him cash in. Like, what I would have liked to have seen was Austin Theory cashing in on Braun Breaker and winning the NXT title and going down to NXT, developing as a talent, developing as a promo, developing as a professional wrestler, split entertainer, whatever you guys want to call it out there, at the JAS. But you could have had that, and it could have been a way for you to get Braun Breaker onto the main roster without having him lose clean, and kept him strong. And it could have built Austin Theory into being NXT's big heel that eventually someone's gonna beat, whether it be it's not gonna be Von Wagner because he sucks, but someone.
Von Wagner. Speaking of Von Wagner, I got
please go off.
Okay. So Von Wagner, he basically looks like a character that when you're making a character on WWE 2K.
Yeah,
he looks like that. create a character. Just right at the beginning, he's just average. He has no charisma. He has nothing about him. He sucks. Okay, I don't like Von Wagner at all. I don't like him at all. Now, I didn't mind him in the ladder match that they had at Halloween Havoc. He didn't look too bad in there, but like that's the only time I really liked Von Wagner. But other than that, his like forehead looks weird. He just looks weird. I don't like Von Wagner. He just doesn't have anything to his character. Like I'm not a fan of him at all.
I think like that it was Carmelo Hayes, right? Was it Carmelo? No, it was Trick Williams, right? Trick Williams,
Yeah.
he like flung across the like onto the
No.
outside.
Oh
right?
no, I know who it was. It was Wesley. It was Wesley.
Oh my God!
Yeah, part of
Everybody.
MSK. Yeah.
Yes. Oh God. Well, yes. The only part of MSK left after Redacted has been released. Although, anyway, but yeah. So anyway, back to this triple threat match. You got Lashley, the former United States champion. You got Rollins, the current United States champion, and you got Theory, who lost in his cash in on the United States Championship. Justin, who you picking and why?
I'm gonna have to go with Seth Rollins to win here. I think that Austin Theory is going to take the pinfall here. I think that's really reason why he's only in this match. I don't really see Bobby Lashley getting pinned. And the reason why, like, I don't know. I mean, he just recently won the title. I think it's too early to take the title off of him. But I wouldn't be surprised if they do give it to Austin Theory. This guy, like, here you go. He's been kind of on a losing streak lately. I'm kind of conflicted. Maybe they do give it to Theory. But I'm going to be safe. I'm going to say that Rollins retains. Yeah.
It would be the most WWE thing ever if they gave the belt to Austin Theory after everything that's happened.
That'd be like 50-50 booking right there. Like so much.
WWE booking.
WWE booking. There you go. Yeah. Like they lose so much and go like, here you go. You can have the title. Like that'd be a Vince move. Most definitely.
Yeah. It's Triple H channeling's inner Vince. He's like, okay, Steph, what should I do? Why don't you ask my dad? Oh, okay. You gotta bury him, and then you gotta have him win. That's how you get someone over. like it's absolutely like frustrating booking. No, okay. Here's the thing. Most likely scenario, Austin Theory wins. The scenario that should happen is Seth Rollins retaining via shenanigans. That's how this should happen. And I actually think he should pin Bobby Lashley because the whole point of this, right, to break Austin Theory down, to build him back up, is to have him be strong. Having him lose clean to Seth Rollins or Bobby Lashley is not a way to make him look strong right now. Because you already destroyed any sense of credibility the guy had. I really don't want them to do the thing where they give Austin Theory the title after this. Like this it's too soon. Like you got to build.
Like you said, it's the most WWE move that they would do.
But it's also like the most likely move. But yeah, give me Seth freaking Rollins with a victory here over pinning Bobby Lashley. And yeah, let's move on from this just abomination.
Train wreck of a match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To another train wreck of a match, we got Ronda Rousey defending her WWE SmackDown Women's Championship against Shotzi. Okay, I use that in jest. I actually like Ronda Rousey. I am in the minority on this. I know everyone, but
hey, I don't mind Ronda Rousey, but I tell you, I do not like Shotzi. I don't like Shotzi Blackheart.
She's not being presented in a good way, is she? I don't like it either.
I used to call her Shitsy Blackfart.
Wow.
Like when she was in NXT, because like it seems like every time I saw her in a match, like she was always like doing botching or something. She's not. She was
bad.
Messing up. I mean, she's not that bad, but like
she's no Sin Cara. Sin Cara was the king of botches.
Yeah, he was botching mania, right? To its finest.
Yeah. Matthew 8 because of that man for about 10 years. He put food on his table. But yeah, we got Ronda Rousey defending her WWE SmackDown Women's Championship against Shotzi Blackheart. It's a big match for Shotzi. It's her first big primetime pay-per-view match for a world title, basically. And it's against Ronda Rousey, though, so her odds don't look good. Justin, is there any scenario here where Ronda Rousey doesn't walk away as the champion?
No, there's no scenario where Ronda Rousey loses here. Like maybe there would have been a chance, like if you had Liv Morgan as the champion and Shotzi was going up against her. Maybe there would have been a slight chance where Shotzi could have won. But like there's like really no chance where Ronda Rousey loses here. She's not losing. I mean, this is like a gimme match right here. I mean,
Yeah.
it's no really offense to Shotzi, but like I don't know. It's like I feel like the women's division, and especially like in all of these companies right now, like in WWE and AEW, I feel like they're kind of struggling right now, like with like building stars. I mean, they kind of were doing it. They were doing trying to build like Raquel Rodriguez, when she first debuted.
Yeah.
But then they really went like nowhere with it. And then how did Shotzi even get this title match here?
I think she like may have won like not an eliminator match, but like a number one contender match a few weeks ago. I think that's how she won. Or that's how she got here.
Because I don't remember how like she even got this match here. But yeah, there's no way she's gonna win. Yeah, this is her first PLE or premium live event.
God, you're one of those people. PLE,
I like
it's a pay-per-view.
PLE pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it.
Pay-per-view, damn it.
Or this special.
This is live spectacular. By the way,
spectacular.
By the way, speaking of live spectaculars, guys, be sure to tune into my Survivor Series War Games live spectacular tomorrow night, live at 8 p.m. whenever this pay-per-view starts. 8 p.m. There we go. It's right on the graphic. Anyway, yeah, retweet most of what you said, other than the nickname you gave Shotzi. But because I actually like Shotzi Blackheart. But here's what I'll say. I mean, anyone who is going up against Ronda Rousey right now, unless you're, Becky Lynch, you're not taking that title off of her. And I think eventually, like, the person who's gonna do it is gonna be Becky, and it's probably gonna be at WrestleMania, because that's the match that everyone's been talking about. That's the match.
Do you think they do a title match maybe at Mania?
No. I think they're gonna do a thing where Becky. I think Becky probably. So, are we gonna talk about this when we get to the last match? But we might as well just get to it right now. So we know Becky Lynch is like getting ready to return to WWE. Like that's happening probably tomorrow night.
I got like 3 names who could be in there, but we'll talk about them.
We'll talk about those other names potentially. But spoiler, that's my pick. But more importantly, I think the path to a Becky versus Ronda rematch at WrestleMania, or not rematch, like a match, because they didn't have a one-on-one match, because WWE booking, hottest feud in the entire company. The hottest feud in 2019, from 2018 going into 2019, was Becky versus Ronda. Becky Lynch was the biggest star in the company. Bigger than everybody. Way bigger than everybody. Selling more merch than everybody. And then
doing the whole man gimmick. Yep.
And what did they do? What did they do, Justin? They said
they turned it into a triple threat match.
They made her look like a geek, because they made her apologize in the middle of the ring to get back into her main event match after she'd already won the Royal Rumble, and then added Charlotte Flair in the match. Big respect to Charlotte Flair. And I mean this in the best possible way. Charlotte Flair, to me, is like Randy Orton. Like, she is this generation's Randy Orton. And by that, I mean everything she does in the ring is good to great. Like, effortless. She makes it look effortless, right? I do not understand, though, like, what it is. I just am not into any of her promos or her stories.
It's her last name. That's why she gets all these matches, like for no reason.
No, she's also a great wrestler. Like,
she's a great wrestler. I don't like, you're not wrong there. She's a great wrestler, but I just don't understand why she has to be in every single, like, she has to win the title so many times. Like, how many times does she win title?
I think right now she's a 13-time world champion, or women's world champion.
Is she gonna break her dad's record?
Oh yes. Well, assuming she comes back to WWE, because we technically still don't know exactly why she's gone, which gotten a lot of people talking. She's still under contract apparently for like another few years, so don't get any ideas, internet.
No. Okay, let me ask you a question. So,
yes, sir.
Who beat the record first? Will it be Cena or would it be Charlotte?
As of right now, Charlotte.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Charlotte. I think the thing with Cena is they wanted Cena to tie, but they want Charlotte to break, which I'm
Hmm.
actually fine with because I still think Charlotte's been like, in my opinion, I think she's been like number two. Like she's been like the
Hmm.
second, like as far as a big star, not necessarily wrestler, as the biggest women's star at least in WWE over this past like whatever 10 years or so. Like it's been Becky and it's been her, like one and two, and then I think like as big star you could put Sasha in there, and Sasha might actually like eclipse Charlotte like very soon if she when she returns because Sasha's a bona fide star, as is Bianca Belair. So like
Hmm.
you have some people in that category, but I think it's like it's kind of like one of those things where it's Becky at number one, and then like kind of everybody else at number two. Um,
Yeah.
but anyway, I think wow, we got off topic there. Becky wins the Rumble. Becky faces Ronda. Becky beats Ronda at WrestleMania Hollywood. There we go. TLDR. Um, any other thoughts on this match before we move on?
I think it's going to be an okay match. I mean, who knows? Maybe might surprise everybody, and this might be match of the night. I don't know. We'll see what happens though.
That would be a big surprise. And you know what? Hey, hopefully they got it into them.
Hmm.
Hopefully they got it in them. That's what I wanted to say. I've been streaming for a while, guys. I did the U.S. versus England match earlier. I'm tired.
Yeah. Who won that game?
It was tied.
Oh, tied. Okay.
Yep, yep, yep.
Gotcha.
But now the United States needs to beat Iran on I think Sunday or either Sunday or Monday to advance to the final tournament. Speaking of advancing, let's advance in this preview and talk about a match that I really don't give two shits about. You got AJ Styles representing the OC going up against Finn Balor. Big old Finn Balor trying to hijack MJF's gimmick by calling himself the devil. That was a promo that he cut. Okay. Justin, I'm just gonna let you go off because I just really don't care about this match.
Um, I was reading a stat about AJ Styles. He hasn't competed in like a pay-per-view, like one-on-one singles match, like since 3 years, which it's crazy to think about.
Really?
I mean, because like I think the majority of the time he was in a tag team with Omos, for like like complete
He faced
year.
Omos at Mania though, didn't he?
Did he?
Didn't he?
Did they face each other at Mania? But yeah, it was a stat I saw. I don't remember where I saw that, but like really, that's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think AJ Styles needs to get the win here. But at the same time, well, actually, okay. So they made the OC lose at what was that? That Crown Jewel pay per view, that terrible pay per view. They made him lose there.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a feeling that they're gonna give them the win back here, or give AJ Styles the win here, and I feel like this feud is going to continue some way. Yeah. So give me AJ Styles to win here. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets turned into like a multi-man match. Like maybe everybody's like getting into it, and like they change it to maybe like a traditional Survivor Series match, like intergendered. Like everybody. Well, actually, hold on. Rhea Ripley, she's in the match later on.
Yeah, and Mia Yim's also in the match.
And Mia Yim's in the match. So what they want to do double duty. I don't think they would.
This is so frustrating. I cannot believe AJ Styles versus Finn Balor with Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson like involved in the feud is happening, and I don't care about it. Like,
yeah,
it's actually wild to me. And then you got the other components of having Rhea Ripley involved and Mia Yim. Like, bro, like, I cannot believe the. How am I not excited for this match, Justin? Like, how am I?
I wish they would make like a big like kind of like Super Click or like a Bullet Club type of thing, because Finn Balor, he did start like what was it, the Balor Club or whatever it was, like a few years ago and stuff. So I don't know why they didn't like put him like on like a big group and stuff, because that would have been cool to see that, rather than like the Judgment Day. And like this whole Judgment Day stuff is like, they remind me of like with all the purple that they're wearing, reminds me of like something from like Saints Row or like GTA.
Thanks, bro. What a throwback.
Because like with Finn Balor wearing like that, I'm not like a do-rag, but wearing whatever he was wearing,
the
like
little towel he got, the little rag.
Yeah, the little rag he has over his head, like try to be gangster there? Like, what are
I
you
don't
doing, Finn
understand what it's
Balor?
supposed to be. Like, is he supposed to be tough? Is he supposed to be like a dark, brooding character? No, he's just Finn Balor. Like, except now he wears purple.
Yeah.
He's a
So,
fucking hell.
yeah, I'm just really confused with this whole feud and stuff. It'd be really cool to see someone like from like the actual like Bull Club come in, because like I don't know, this is kind of like a long shot, but it seemed like Jay White come in or something,
That's
and
okay.
like
That's the look. That would never happen.
that would. But apparently, like there's been like rumors about like maybe New Japan and WWE like having like a working relationship. And I saw something about like the Royal Rumble, maybe like Jay White being in the Rumble, but that's a really long shot. That's a long shot right there.
I'm not gonna say no to people from New Japan potentially coming over to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tony Khan would have a big problem if Jay White came over, and if New Japan had Jay White. I think New Japan, given their relationship with AEW and how good that is,
Mm-hmm.
and how intertwined like their rosters are right now, I don't think that they would jeopardize their relationship with AEW in that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look, the best way for all of this to work out would be for all three companies to kind of exchange talent. That would be freaking cool.
Like 1 month, like for like one, they do like one show.
Do one show. Like, no, actually, do like a New Japan, AEW, WWE Super Show. The real Forbidden Door, right?
Yeah.
That would be that would break the wrestling world. That would like be the
That
biggest
would.
pay-per-view of all time. But like we know that right now things are not great between WWE and AEW. Tony Khan alleges that WWE tampered with talent. You have, like, it seems messy. Tony's very mad about it. Like, he's not letting people forget how angry he is at Nick Khan and Triple H. So, and you've seen when Tony gets mad, he.
Oh yeah, he's a different person. Like he needs to stay away from the microphone sometimes. Like especially those press conferences. But those press conferences are pretty entertaining to watch, though. Like especially the one from All Out.
Oh my
like
god!
looking at his facial expressions and stuff like is hilarious.
That was if CM Punk ever and here's the thing, people say like CM Punk's like done with AEW. I'm like, things could change. Like
Never say never.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, never say never. If CM Punk were to come back and do a program against Omega or the Young Bucks, that promo would be like bigger than the pipe bomb. Like that, his all-out press conference would be bigger than the pipe bomb. Like the amount of
sidebar
money.
here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, kind of a sidebar here. Then we'll get back on topic. But
God, we are. I love it when we're just talking about AEW on a WWE show.
Yeah, it's turned into AEW.
Yeah,
it's turned into AEW
yeah.
Survivor Series War Games. This is what this is now.
Yeah.
No, but with CM Punk, they should have made instead of like the Young Bucks, crying about like CM Punk, like all that stuff that they were doing, like the Young Bucks being all petty and like Hangman and all that. They should have made a storyline out of it because that would have got so much. That would have got so much. What's the word I'm looking for? That would have got so much publicity. There we go. It would have got so much of that there, and like that would have been like a really good feud. But instead, the Young Bucks and like Omega and them, they wanted to be petty about it. They're like, no, we don't want him here because like all the stuff he's talking about.
I don't think that I will. So. I look, first of all, I want everyone out there to know, I don't know any of these people. I don't really give a shit about them. I'm just like, but from what I know and what's been reported and what generally everyone accepts as the truth, it seems like CM Punk acted like a bit of a boomer with Hangman Adam Page, and that's kind of where this all started off. He was Hangman Adam Page, kind of keeps to himself, does his own type of thing, right? And CM Punk, apparently that rubbed him the wrong way. And that promo, which, look, objectively, I think we can all agree, like, that promo, the promo, quote-unquote, the shoot the Hangman Page did against Punk was nothing. It was a line. CM Punk got in his feelings. And I understand when you're mad, right? I've been there. We've all been there. When you're mad and you just want to say something and you want to, and you get even more mad, you hype yourself up and you just keep on saying stuff. That's what happened to him. I sympathize with that. Bro, it wasn't that deep. He did not need to like put everyone's bit. He did not. what does Colt Cabana ever do? Like, poor Colt Cabana hasn't even been part of the company. Like, putting him on the spot, like, it was just like it's one of those things. Yeah, there are things the elite shouldn't have done, but also the elite had enough foresight to bring like AEW's chief legal officer into the meeting they had with Punk, into the quote unquote brawl out, like. And then Punk just made himself look like an ass by punching.
Yeah, that's true.
Jackson. I mean, like, again, that's what we know to be true. If it's not, it's whatever. I don't care about these people. I just like to watch them wrestle. But it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. I just hope that, like, genuinely hope they can just get past their differences and make some money together, because those matches, those promos, that feud would be
because
epic.
Punk, he's still a draw. I mean, he's probably I mean, ever since when he returned, when he came to AEW right at the beginning, I mean, everybody was like buying his T-shirts. People were buying all the paper, buying All Out and stuff. I mean, he's a draw. I mean, why not have CM Punk in the company?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, like, be honest, Punk is like CM Punk is the biggest reason I bought tickets to All Out and I flew out to Chicago, or not Chicago, because it's like 30, 40 minutes outside of Chicago where they actually had the damn show. But it's why I went to All Out. And I mean, and in the same vein, the Elite's return is also why I went to Full Gear. Like, so, I mean, like, they're both draws in my eyes. I just think they really need to get together and make some money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Moving on, let's continue this love fest. Speaking of love fest, Sami Zayn, the best thing in pro wrestling right now, Justin.
He is definitely the best thing in wrestling. The Usi Juicy. Yes, sir. Usi Juicy.
It's just those segments between the Bloodline are just absolute gold every week. Sami Zayn, like, looking like one of the elves from those claymation Christmas specials, just smiling is amazing. Like, him calling himself the honorary Uso, him popping everybody, including Jey Uso, who has to hate him on screen, but he's like, you can see him laughing. It's like it's so great. I think everything about this storyline is amazing. That being said, why the hell are they wrestling the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens? It just seems, I don't know. This does not seem like, they thought this out well. This kind of just seems to be a match where they just said, here's a match. What do you got here, Justin?
So, there's no titles being on the line here. I have a feeling that they're going to give it to the faces here. I have a feeling that the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens are going to win here. Also, I kind of want to predict like who's going to be the people who start the match.
Go for it.
I think it's going to be maybe Butch and maybe Jey Uso who start the match. I think those are going to be the ones. Like,
why Jey Uso and not Solo? Because I feel like Solo might start.
Actually, no, I meant Solo Sikoa. I think that's going to be Butch and Solo Sikoa. Those are going to be like the two guys who can go for like a really long time. And to see what Solo Sikoa has in the ring, what he can do in this match here. I think it's gonna be interesting. I would like to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens start it out, and like during like the first 5 minutes, they don't do anything, they don't lock up, and like the crowd, Boston, they just pop hard for this. I would love to see that.
It's like my least. That's like my least favorite spot in wrestling. Like,
what's that? Where do they stare down at each other?
Well, no, it's like at the beginning of a match when they do nothing for like 5 minutes and they just like look at the crowd and all that. It's like The Rock. It's the okay. There's two exceptions to that. It's like it's The Rock and Hogan, and then Bryan and Omega when they had their match. The only two exceptions that I'll accept. Everything else sucks. But I understand where you're coming from in that. I think that could be cool. I think it's gonna end up being Solo and Butch. That sounds about right to me. Either that, or maybe they'll like do it Solo and Kevin Owens to make sure they have like a star out there kind of thing. Like an established kind of person already. Yeah. I just had not really like thought the build for this match is good.
And I also think that Sami Zayn is going to be the one to kind of maybe cost Bloodline the match here. and maybe start like the kind of the break off of like Sami Zayn, like them turning on him eventually. And I've been hearing rumors about maybe Roman Reigns' next contender is going to be Sheamus.
That
I don't
makes
know if
sense.
it's I don't know if that's going to be at the Royal Rumble or if it's going to be maybe they do like on a SmackDown or something, maybe like on a Christmas special SmackDown or something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because like there's those like you saying earlier, there's no specials between now until like after Survivor Series and the Rumble.
Yeah.
There's no specials, so they need to do something big. So I would seeing Roman Reigns and Sheamus, I wouldn't be surprised if we see that. But yeah, give me the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre and KO to win.
Give me the bloodline. I think like they're actually gonna establish Sami Zayn as like. So here's what like basic gist of what's gonna happen. I think Sami Zayn is gonna take a move for or either take a move like take a broad kick to the face. There we go. That's what's gonna happen. Sami Zayn's gonna take a broad kick to the face from Sheamus instead of Roman Reigns, and the distraction is gonna allow Roman to hit him with to hit him with the what's it called, the Superman punch or the spear. So in WWE War Games matches, are there pinfalls, right?
Yeah, there's pinfall and submission, or
Right,
like
in
you have to-
WWE's War Games matches, because I know
Yeah,
like in normal War Games and like normal War Games they didn't. I was just wondering that because it's been a long time since I've seen NXT.
or you have to like surrender or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well that was those are like the actual like those are the old WCW rules. Like you had to like surrender or basically quit. Yeah, no, give me Roman. Roman wins low. That's my prediction, people. Although, real quickly, I do want to say I'm fully aware I'm in the minority on this, as I am many things. I think Sami Zayn should be the one to take the WWE Championship off of Roman Reigns.
Hey, I'm all there for it. I am all here for it.
Okay, thank God. It's just like it's the best story in wrestling right now, right? Like
it is. Like I'd rather see that than see Roman versus The Rock at Mania. Like to be honest with you, like
the thing is that match doesn't need the title.
No, that match does not need the title at all.
Like there's so much you could do, like with Sami Zayn, like, and it could be a thing where like The Rock costs Roman the championship, and Sami Zayn like wins like the WWE championship, and you can still have Roman keep the Universal title because
you know what they could do? They could do something like at the Elimination Chamber, and not have have Roman get beat like in a screwy finish or something like that. Like have like all 5 guys just lay on top of Roman Reigns, or to eliminate him out of the match, or something like that.
Do the old last man standing spot where they like put the table on him.
yeah. Do something like that. Like put that in like a limit chamber, and like put everybody just lay on top of him. Like that'd be hilarious.
No, it would be.
Or
funny.
everybody hit their finishers on him, and then they do that big spot there.
Oh yeah, Baron Corbin hit the end of days. No one kicks out of that. Only one one person's ever kicked out of that. It was Drew McIntyre at Mania 37. That was it.
I thought Cena kicked out of it.
Nope.
Really? Wow.
No.
Okay then.
He kicked out of the other. What was the other move he has? Because there's the end of days, and then there's then there's the spin around one. Like, you know what I'm talking about? He has a.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's
called.
One he spins him around. Anyway,
I can't think of what it's called.
Whatever. It's Bebo Corbin. By the way, Baron Corbin. Look, sure he's a nice guy, and look he's good at his job. I'm not gonna lie. He's good at being a heel and getting heat. He's just pretty boring to me. It's just my 10 cents.
And isn't JBL with him now or something?
God, oh my God, Big Boomer JBL.
Big Boomer JBL.
Sorry, it's like JBL, like the WWE's answer to Dan Lambert. Jesus,
he's
Christ.
a wrestling god.
Oh my God, like dude needs to chill, bro. He's just. That's one thing I didn't need was JBL on my TV in 2022. We fought on Friday nights, Michael. Like I didn't need that. Jesus. Anyway, moving on to my most anticipated match of WWE Survivor Series War Games. We got Team Bianca versus Damage Control in a War Games match, not a Survivor Series match, but a War Games match. And this has been a very good feud. They built this feud up slowly since WWE SummerSlam this past year. On one hand, you're going to have Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and an opponent to be announced at the event, potentially a return. And then on the other side, you're going to have Damage Control, Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, almost messed that up, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley. Now, Justin, obviously we'll talk about who we think is going to win and all that, but before we do, we have one thing to kind of cover. There's a mystery opponent in this match. There's a lot of rumors about who it could be. Let me know your theory. Who do you think is going to be the mystery partner for Team Bianca?
You said, let me know your theory. It's going to be Austin.
Oh, God, no. Not that theory. No more theories.
Not that theory. Okay. I got 3 people who could be okay. So my number 1 is going to be Becky Lynch. I think that's what a lot of people are going with there. And also, the show is in a certain city where a boss lives in.
Oh, that's true. Boss. Yeah.
Sasha Banks. But that's a really long shot there. But I would love to see it happen. Like, hear Sasha Banks' music come, hit, and like her come out, they don't announce anything, that she's there and stuff. I would love to see Sasha Banks come back. So I feel like,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
And then I've also been hearing some like maybe rumors about like maybe Tegan Knox, because she kind of had something with what was her name, like Dakota Kai, back in NXT and stuff. But that's a long shot. Also, I don't really see. I would think that maybe Sasha Banks would be over Tegan Knox. Also been hearing some rumors about Dana Brooke and
oh god no. They built this up way bigger than Dana Brooke.
And I also heard rumors about like Dewdrop or something like that. But
you've been reading too much ringside news, my friend.
Yeah, I've been reading too much of that there. But I think it's gonna be Becky Lynch. It's or you know what? It could be Charlotte. Charlotte, she hasn't been seen for like a long time. Wouldn't be surprised if it's Charlotte either.
Of the names you mentioned, I mean, I think there's 3 that are in contention.
Mm-hmm.
Least likely of the 3, Sasha Banks, even though it is her hometown of Boston, Massachusetts. She is the boss. I don't know exactly what her relationship with WWE is at this point, because right now, according to multiple sources, everyone's working under the assumption that Sasha Banks is basically going to be free to do whatever she wants in January. Like her non-compete's over, and after that, it's done. Now, as far as fit, I think Sasha Banks would be like the best option because it's just too perfect. It's her hometown, big return. Although my one thing is, if Sasha Banks returns, I think it has to be with Naomi. I think those two have been doing literally everything since they walked out together. They've been doing everything together. They've gone to all the movie events. They've gone to the red carpets. They were just recently seen at the Black Panther premiere. Like, they have made a point of saying, we're doing this together. And I think for that reason, like, that's the biggest, of all the things, that's the biggest thing. I'm like, they would not have her return by herself.
Maybe they have somebody get taken out in the match.
Oh, here we go. Give me that Vince McMahon booking. We're gonna take out
Mia Yim. We're gonna take her out. Buddy. Wait, what were they changing her name to? They changed her name apparently, and then they changed her name right back to Mia Yim.
Oh my god, yeah, I heard about this. So they changed her name to, as you see, apparently, I can't find it.
Yeah, I don't even know, but yeah. So apparently they changed her name, and like there was like getting so much flack about her name change, and they're like, okay, we'll change your name back. Okay, I'm going to change your name back. Get your Triple H voice out. Okay, we'll change your name back to Mia Yim. Okay, we'll give you marks what you want.
Come on, kid.
um,
But you're not getting You're not getting Walter back. That's not.
yeah, I don't understand why we don't get Walter and like get
Oh, was
Pete Dunne.
copyright? WWE wants to own the name. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like say they go elsewhere to a different company, they can't. I understand what WWE likes to do, but still, again, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised, say, if they want to bring Naomi into this, they have Mia Yim get injured, like they take out Mia Yim before the match and stuff. And so there's 2 spots open. They bring in Sasha Banks and Naomi.
It could be.
I wouldn't mind
that. Would be interesting. Yeah, it would be.
But that's a long shot though. Like I don't know if they would do that though. But I want to put past WWE though.
Yeah,
that's some WWE booking right there.
I mean, Charlotte, I think could be another good option. I think that would get a pop. And it would be a fun match. The most likely scenario, and like given what's realistic, what they should do is Becky Lynch. She's ready to return. She's one of the biggest stars in the company, in the world when it comes to wrestling. You have her return. Also, this match, I know Roman doesn't go on last. This match should go on last. It is your biggest match of the night, in my opinion.
I think this match will definitely go on last. Do you think they start off with like a War Games match and then they end with War Games?
That's how I would time it out, especially with only 5 matches on the card. I don't think you want to because I remember WWE used to do a thing where they had like when they would do Hell in a Cell, they would have like they would have 2 in Hell in a Cell matches, and they would be like 2 matches in between, and it was just like, oh, okay, that's like too much Hell in a Cell, So I think spreading it out as much as possible is how you want to do it. So War Games to start, War Games to end. I think men's War Games starts, women's War Games ends, and Becky Lynch picks up the victory, I think, for Team Belair. We're going to have, look, one of the two, like the heel is going to win one, the face is going to win the other War Games match. That's how it's going to go. But I think Becky Lynch
I think I have
and wins.
Both faces winning. For some reason, I don't know why, but like you don't have like the the mystery team like lose, so that's why I think that Team Bianca is going to win here. Like you're not going to bring whoever it is back, like Becky Lynch back, to lose here, And like I said, I also think that a good way to make for the men's match, have set Sheamus go up against Roman Reigns at like a next like big show or something, to make him credible. Go like, hey, we beat you in War Games. I'm going to be number 1 contender. That's why I think both faces are going to win. And Roman doesn't have to get pinned. Also, that's also why I also think those faces are going to win there.
No, but you forget one thing: Roman has to pin. He doesn't have to get pinned, but he has to pin. Roman wins. Lol. That is tradition in WWE. And it's
also,
like,
who do you think starts this women's match? I think it's going to be Io and Asuka because the chemistry that they both have with each other. Like that'd be amazing to see both of them start the match.
Either Io and Asuka or Mia Yim and Rhea Ripley.
I wouldn't be surprised Mia Yim and Rhea Ripley, but like I just like the Asuka and Io. Like there was a promo that they had like a few weeks ago. And it was like they were both talking in like Japanese on Raw. Like it was funny. And like the last thing that I think it was it wasn't Asuka. It was Io said she called her a bitch right at the end.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
Another way you could go is having if you want to make Bianca Belair look like the fighting babyface, have Bianca start against like Rhea, and then like have the 2-on-1 advantage on her. I think that's like a way to do it. Definitely, but only
and
one
also
way
definitely Io's gonna be jumping off the top of the cage.
Yeah. Io Shirai gonna do some whack spot that's gonna like.
She's gonna jump out of a trash can.
Oh God! Yeah, they did do that. I forgot.
They did that in NXT.
In the NXT,
I think it was
the NXT War Games.
I think it was back in 2019, maybe.
No, wasn't that the recent one they did? That was a recent one they did. I thought.
Maybe it was the recent one.
Remember, like they did one last year.
Oh, last year was terrible. I don't know if Io was part of that one.
That was one with Cora Jade. No, she was part of that one. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I think it was the prior year.
Okay.
Before that. I don't know if they did one in 20. I don't think they did one in
Okay, but
2020.
it happened. Look, Justin,
Yeah,
it
yeah, it
happened.
happened. Yeah,
Sometime in the past, Io
it
Shirai
happened.
did some whack spot
Hmm.
that made us all pop and lose our shit because it was so awesome. So,
Yeah, because last year it was Cora Jade. She did a table spot, which didn't look that good, to be honest. But I mean, she
yeah,
tried there.
yeah, Cora Jade's look NXT. That's why you have developmental. Although there's like one person in developmental. I don't think Roxanne Perez should be in developmental. I think
Yeah, I agree.
she's main roster ready. Booker to
Mm-hmm.
the moon. Um, that's just my humble opinion. All
Mm-hmm.
right, so guys, that we've run through the entire card, and that's Survivor Series War Games. I will be doing a live stream for this tomorrow. Justin, are you going to be doing a live stream for this tomorrow?
I will be doing a live stream, but I won't be doing it on my channel. I'll be doing with the Flex Zone podcast, which if you guys ever check them out, they do some pretty good content. They also are pretty big Baltimore Ravens fans. So hey, maybe might need you on the Flex Zone and talk some Ravens football because
Oh
like
man, I will tell them how stupid the Ravens are for not having paid Lamar Jackson already. It's absolutely dumb.
yeah, they
Uh,
agree with that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, like give that man his bag and then some. He's the franchise. Anyway, but I fully agree with that. You guys can go check that out tomorrow if you don't want to check out my show. I understand. I get a little hyped up and it gets the caffeine in me. It's okay though. But
Hey, it's good to get hyped up, on these live streams. I mean, this is the best way to watch these WWE pay per views or any pay per view, AEW pay per views also.
yeah.
It's the best way to watch them because like I don't know what I would do if I was just watching these by myself. Like I'll be on my phone during the whole time. I'm like, wait, what I miss? I missed that spot there. Like I'll be scrolling through my phone.
It would have to
I
be
mean,
like yeah.
I mean, sometimes I do that, and I go
Mhm.
like, oh wait, I just missed a spot. Like that's why I like going to shows live better because
Oh my
like
gosh.
I'm
Yeah.
paying attention more during like for the match and stuff. Like I'm not on my phone as much rather than like being at home like watching by myself. Like okay, I don't care about the segment, and I'm like, oh, what happened? Yeah.
I
But yeah, that's just me.
I have come to I've come to learn that my like AEW for all the things that are wrong with that company, right? Because I have been brutal with my criticism of how terrible, just absolutely dog shit Tony Khan has booked the women's division in AEW, and it's not like the fault of the women there. They have all the talent in the world, they just don't get any time. I've been critical of like the way they've incorporated Ring of Honor booking and all that kind of stuff. Here's what I will say. AEW puts on the best, like from a fan experience perspective, show in wrestling that I go to. Outside of GCW, which is absolutely wild and on its own different stratosphere. GCW is like crazy. I went to like a show in Chicago, like it was I think it was 4 Cup stuff. It was GCW Black Label Pro,
Oh.
and I saw like some of the wildest, wackest stuff. Like I saw Smiley Kylie Ray taking on Speedball Mike
Hey.
Bailey.
Speaking of Speedball Mike Bailey, this is
Yeah.
kind of getting on the sidebar
Go
here.
ahead. Go ahead.
So I'm going to be seeing next Saturday. I'm going to be seeing Speedball Mike Bailey go up against Kenta for the first time ever.
Oh,
So,
you're gonna be going to that?
yeah, I'm going to Wrestling Revolver, which it's going to be here in Iowa. I'm waiting for AEW to finally announce that they're coming to Iowa. I know that Ray Phoenix is going to be at the show.
Mm.
Who else? I mean, there's going to be some pretty big names at the show. I mean, they always bring out Sammy Callahan. It's his promotion. He always brings out some pretty big names and stuff. So, and I've been to these like Speedball Mike Bailey.
He's having a great year.
Oh, most definitely is. He is having a great year, especially the stuff that he's doing in Impact, which you don't watch much of Impact, do you?
No, not anymore.
Yeah, Impact. I mean, it's hard to watch, and I hate how Impact does their shows on Friday, their pay-per-views on Fridays, because I still have yet to check out that pay-per-view that they had last week. It was like last Friday that they had it. It's like when you have like 2 shows like throughout the weekend, like I was watching, more anticipated with AEW, to see what happens with Full Gear. And then like, with how long Full Gear is, like I'm just tired out of wrestling at the end of the weekend, because the next day I got football on watching my Chiefs play. And like, I just don't have time to watch, Impact sometimes.
There's only
Like, it's
so
not a
much
bad
time
company.
in the world for people to consume content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so like, especially WWE alone. You know,
That's why I don't watch
WWE
all the
alone.
WWE. Like, spoiler alert, I have stopped watching Raw after like I made it a solid like I think 10 weeks of watching Raw every
Hmm.
week, and then this past week I was just like, screw this, I'm not watching
Yeah, I
this.
did. I just watch highlights, or I watch like I look at a review online about Raw. Like if there's a segment I need to check out, I'll check it out. I watch SmackDown is definitely the A show. That's the show I check out more of.
Oh, I don't.
SmackDown.
I Here's the thing. In like 2021, SmackDown was the A show. In
Hmm.
2022, SmackDown's like the C show, bro. I think I've watched NXT more this year than I've watched SmackDown.
Really?
Like it's that bad. Like I don't watch SmackDown. It also
Hmm.
is, I think, is the Friday night like thing because like I got stuff to do. Like even Rampage. Like I've watched like live. I mean I never watched Rampage live. Other
I haven't
than
seen a Rampage since Punk debuted.
I
That's the
did
last time I've
watch.
seen a
I
Rampage.
did like specifically sit down and watch the Rampage a few weeks ago. The remember they had like a live one in Atlantic City. That was that was Shibata's first match. That was Shibata versus Orange Cassidy. So
Hmm.
they said it was Shibata versus Orange Cassidy with Mike Tyson on commentary, and I was like, okay, if there's any Rampage to watch live, it's this
Hmm.
one because that sounds like a mess that I want to be a
Yeah.
part of. And Mike Tyson was like calling spots, New Japan spots, and I was like, what?
That's crazy.
He was talking about like he was talking about matches Shibata had with Okada, and I'm like sitting there like, Mike Tyson, you nerd, like you Mark.
You freaking Mark, you.
Oh
You
my
Mark
god.
Calloway, you.
Oh god, no, no, we're not Mark Calloway's over here. No, God. I finally, last thing I'll say before we move on. I finally watched the Undertaker's Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah, I need to go back. I actually was watching. His name's Graham Jason Matthews. I was watching like his interview that
Hmm.
they had with the Undertaker. Like, how did you get this interview with the Undertaker? Like, I would love to interview the Undertaker. Like, I would probably be marking out. Like, I'd be geeking out. Like, I wouldn't know what to say to the Undertaker. Like, I'd be
Oh,
too much of a fan.
I'd have a few things to say to the Undertaker. But he'd probably hate him. He'd probably hate what I'd say. Oh,
um. Also, let me ask you this question: what
go
is
ahead.
your favorite Survivor Series moment? Like your favorite Survivor Series and Survivor Series moment.
Let's see. Favorite Survivor Series moment. You know what? I would say. Okay.
The
Fa-
Montreal screw job.
no. I would say the who was it? Was Team Bischoff versus Team Austin Survivor Series 2003. That was also like one of the first like pay-per-views I watched like when it came out.
Hmm.
Um, or I remember watching when it came out, and I just remember Shawn Michaels in that match. Really caught my attention because like that was the match where Shawn Michaels was like bleeding everywhere. Like John Moxley wishes he could juice as much as Shawn Michaels or gig as much as Shawn Michaels did in that match.
Or even
Uh,
Triple H. Triple H, he juices a lot also.
Ric Flair is
Like
like the king though of gigging him. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna. Oh. Anyway,
exactly.
but yeah, Survivor Series 2003. That like, and that was like Austin's like farewell officially from WWE. So
Hmm.
definitely that one. I also love the 2014 thing where Dolph Ziggler like was the like
I actually
lone
was at that
survivor.
Survivor Series. I
You were
was
at
at
that
that
Survivor
Survivor Series.
Series. Where was
Yeah,
that?
yeah. That was in St. Louis, where Sting debuted.
Mm.
Like, and there was like a lot of things going on that people were going to be showing up because like there were all these riots that were going on in St. Louis. It wasn't that packed to be honest in St. Louis,
Mm.
but like Dolph Ziggler, he was a star in that match. So that was really fun. Like I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, things came down to earth like very quickly for him after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact, absolutely the last thing I'll say, and then we'll do a few plugs and we'll leave. Uh, I remember I was in line at the Baltimore show, the AEW Baltimore show this past like few weeks ago. This was when Jeff Jarrett made his big debut, and I shit you not, I was in line to get like food, and people hear the Fighter, like the Jeff Jarrett theme song, and
Mm-hmm.
I just see all these people run. Like not like and it's not like, like, let's go. It is like they pushed people out of the way. Like, the little guardrails, like the little things they set up to like like what's it called? To guide the line, like those little black like things. Push those out of the way. Ran out, and I'm like sitting here in this line flabbergasted. Like,
People marking out over
people
Jeff
marking
Jarrett.
out this hard for Jeff Jarrett in
What?
2022?
What is this? Also, when I was watching Full Gear, watching Sting and Jeff Jarrett go at it, looking at those, hearing those teenage chants, I thought that was hilarious.
Oh my god, I was rolling my eyes. By the way, Sting and Jay Lethal walked right past me at that event. That was crazy.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. I like Jay Lethal sweated on me. It was disgusting. Like, please, like, had to change my shirt after that. I had to buy an MJF shirt so I could change after that. Anyway, guys, this has been a lot of fun. Justin, we definitely got to have you on again sometime soon. Guys, if you haven't already done so, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and bigger favor, go over to youtube.com/Juggernaut097. Subscribe to Justin's channel. The link for his channel is also in the description, I believe, of this video, of this stream. So go check that out. Juggernaut097. He does a lot of previews, reviews of pay-per-views. Going to be doing, I think you also do like retro reviews, which I think is like really cool. And
Yeah.
I could never do those because I'm like, I hate going back and watching wrestling because I'm just like annoyed by so many things. But you're doing the Lord's work by doing that, my friend.
Yeah, I love going back, because like I started watching wrestling back in 2003. Yeah, or actually no, the end of 02, like in 03. That's when I started watching wrestling. Because like I'm only 24 years old, so I wasn't able to watch the Attitude Era, watch all those, even watch the Golden Era. So I wanted to go back, for each month and go watch old pay-per-views. So, and then I reviewed the show on here, which I'm going to be getting ready to review Survivor Series 1996, which I really enjoyed that show. That was the debut of Rocky Maivia, or the
Die,
Rock
Rocky,
as,
die.
yeah, the first debut. That was when Rocky debuted. Also, you had Psycho Sid and Shawn Michaels in the main event. You also had, it was a pretty star-studded show. You had Stone Cold and Bret Hart in a great match. That was an amazing match. Yeah, I think that was it. And you had Triple H on the show, Hunter S. Helmsley, squaring off with, The Rock in that traditional Survivor Series match. So 96 is a really fun show. I really enjoyed that show.
Yeah, not as good as 97. The drama
97.
of 97.
The drama of 97 with the Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah, that's my next wrestling journey. So I am about to finish up my WCW journey that I started a few years ago, which was watching every single WCW pay-per-view chronologically. Oh, buddy, I'm in 2001. I'm like, I think I'm in like Sin or something. It's bad. It's just,
really bad.
It's so bad. Like, I'm at the one where I just finished the one where what's his name? Freaking can't finish a sentence. You have half a brain than I do, or what was his name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name now.
Oh, it just Sid Vicious. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
So Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid, Sid Justice, whatever you guys want to call him, Sid. Where Sid broke his leg in the middle of the match and was supposed to win it, and they had like a debut in the middle. It was absolute like train wreck of a finish, but that was WCW in 2001, everyone. But right now, this is Justin. Go subscribe to his channel, youtube.com/Juggernaut097. Follow him on Twitter at TrueJSB. Follow me on Twitter at OMERQ Show. YouTube.com/Real Take Sports for all your sports related needs. We're going to be covering the World Cup. We're going to be covering the NFL, the NBA, and much, much more. Also, be sure to go over to Twitter at Real Take Sports, Instagram and Facebook at Real Take Sports Talk, Real Take Sports on TikTok. Yeah, damn right I'm on TikTok because I'm a content creator, people. Go follow us on everywhere, people. Until next time, though, Justin, any parting words?
No, it was an honor, coming on here. I always love coming on your show. Always love watching your show. Also, very entertaining. I love your takes that you have, especially with sports and wrestling. It's fun. I enjoy it.
I appreciate you, man. We'll have you on again soon. Until next time, everyone, be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real.